Yet another Apple event overview and my review of the new SSX game. This is TechDose.
Woo!
Hey guys, welcome to TechDose. This week it will be me and Dan hosting the show, so let's get started.
Before we get into the stories, please smash that like button down below. We appreciate you doing that and we love seeing it. So Apple held an event this week and they basically announced the new iPad. Now it's actually called the new iPad. They haven't called it the iPad 3, which is so confusing. I'm just going to call it the iPad 3rd gen for now on. So if you hear me say iPad 3rd gen, you know it's called the new iPad. Let's see the main specs of the device. It has a Retina display with a resolution of 2048 by 1536 pixels, which altogether is 264 ppi on the display. So it's really crisp and clear when you look at it, and it's just like the iPhone where you look at it really close and you're like, I can't see the pixels. Also has Apple's new A5X processor, which is a dual-core processor with quad-core graphics. So it means you can play games really good with really good graphics. Now it doesn't have Siri, which is really confusing, but it has a voice dictation on the keyboard. It means that you can press it and then you can actually say stuff to it and it'll turn it into text, which is an awesome feature. It's on the iPhone 4S and it's on the iPad now. Also it has a 5 megapixel rear camera which does 1080p video, and it's alright quality, but I wouldn't use it as like a camera at all because it's just a big iPad. It's just really confusing, but at least it's a good camera compared to the previous generation. And it's available on March 16th. In my opinion, the iPad 3rd generation is a great product, but it's not worthy an upgrade if you have the iPad 2 because it's just better screen and better insides, but still just don't upgrade every year on the new iPads. It's kind of a stupid idea, and I would upgrade every 2 to 3 years just because it's really expensive for the iPads, and especially if you're on 3G or 4G, then it gets even more expensive. So if you have an iPad 2, don't get the iPad 3 because it's just the same. It's just a little bit faster with a better screen and a better camera. Just like from the iPhone 4 to the 4S, I've got the iPhone 4. I didn't get the iPhone 4S because it's just not worth an upgrade. So I'll probably get the iPad 4th generation, whatever comes into that, and yeah, it's great. But if you don't have an iPad or have the iPad 1st generation, it's worth an upgrade.
So along with the iPad 3, they also announced the Apple TV. It is a new one and it's still going to be for $99. One of the biggest features that is kind of only in the new Apple TV is 1080p video. The 2011 version of this Apple TV only supports 720p. In the new Apple TV software update, there is a much smarter user interface. It looks so much better and it's a lot easier to use. It's just really smart. Also, there's a really nice photo stream app, and also they're like adding more kind of apps. There's like, I think it was a baseball app, there's like a Netflix app, just loads of apps that are just making it a lot kind of like a mini computer TV entertainment device. You can pre-order it now and it'll be available next week, so jump on and pre-order it.
Apple also released iOS 5.1 last week and it's available today. There's no major changes on it, but there's one notable feature where there's a camera button on the lock screen and it stays there instead of being hidden away when you double tap. And you swipe up and you can easily take a picture. It's a great feature and I love it. So go on and download the update today.
So if you didn't know, SSX was released last week. It's a arcade snowboard game that is like ridiculous amounts of fun. I thought I would give it a little review. So first of all, the game is so much fun. If you like arcade games, and if you ever went to the arcade and remember that game where there was a guy on a skateboard and you got to go on a skateboard and it was just lots of fun and like ridiculous tricks and stuff. It's kind of like that, except controlled with a PS3 controller or Xbox, and you just do ridiculous tricks off like ridiculous mountains. Just the other day I snowboarded through Kilimanjaro. If you really like realistic stuff, then obviously don't go for the game, but if you just like pure fun and just ridiculous tricks, then this is the game to get. Well, the only thing that I kind of missed from SSX 3 was the more constructed racetracks. I really specifically remember the racetrack through the city, and I remember that there was like really great shortcuts, whereas like in this SSX I feel like there really isn't any shortcuts. You kind of go the route that's set and that's it. It's still loads of fun and there's some ridiculously difficult levels to play and so many levels to play. I suggest if you like arcade games that are just ridiculous, then go pick it up because it's really fun. What's your opinion on SSX? Leave it down below.
What do you rate the game out of 10?
I would probably give it a 8.5. Just because there's some bits where from SSX3 that I really wanted to be in like in this one, but there's not. And I feel like everything sometimes is so close together that you can't quite flow as well as you did in SSX3. But otherwise, it is just ridiculous fun, and the compact levels do make it just insane. So yeah, I give it 8.5 to be the awkward one.
So what's your opinion on the iPad 3? Comment down below, because we want to know. So you can follow us all on Twitter. I've got a new account, but it's under the same name, @DanBeaver. So if you're following me earlier, then please go ahead and follow me again. I tweet every day, really. And so is Rob. Rob is @OurMayhem. I am @DanBeaver, and TechDose is @TechDoseTV. Go and follow us. Links are in the description. Also, you can click like on our Facebook page and like us, because we're good. Also, the news links are in the description below, so go and check them all out. Please subscribe for more videos of weekly tech news. We've been your hosts, Rob and Dan. That was it. Peace.